Can you imagine a world where you could choose all the characteristics of your pet? A dog with cat's eyes, eagle wings, chinchilla hair, and a monkey's tail? How many combinations would you like to make? Well, it's not as simple as it seems, but there are creatures created by science and mutant animals that combine characteristics of many other animals. Man-made animals are creatures that have gone through genetic editing. But there are also animal embryos that naturally combine in their mother's womb before birth and result in a chimera, an animal with two totally different types of DNA. Animal modifications and designer animals show us the advances in genetics and how much humans like to change the rules of nature. If you want to know more about these hybrid animals, be prepared to be speechless when we examine the mutant animals created by science. And for some extra fun, find our mascot Ned hiding throughout the video. The featherless chicken. From the chicken, we get its meat and eggs. But what do we do with their feathers? This question was asked by several scientists who thought it was a good idea to play with chicken genetics. A chicken without feathers, arguing that it was easier to process and had fewer calories and a higher percentage of protein. Some people did not like the idea of a naked chicken, and they were right. This plucked chicken had several health problems. One of them was that several parasites invaded the chicken's body. Several customers did not like this idea and kept the traditional and well-known chicken with feathers. Immediate death mosquitoes. Mosquitoes can carry many dangerous diseases, such as dengue fever or malaria. But can you imagine there is a mosquito so dangerous that with one single bite, it could take your life in an instant? It is a frightening thought. But thank goodness it's not real. It's just a concept that has not been realized. The immediate death mosquito will be genetically designed to infect malaria mosquitoes, so that when they reproduce, their offsprings will be sterile, meaning they cannot have any more descendants. Although the experiments were successful, the deadly mosquito strategy was not carried out in Africa, where malaria is a serious problem, because this will have done much more damage to the ecosystems invaded by the mosquito. Also, male mosquitoes are very important for the pollination of fruits and flowers. The chicken with mouse teeth. Do you think there are similarities between a mouse and a chicken? Well, no. There are quite a few differences between these two animals. But what would you think if a chicken had the teeth of a mouse? In the 1980s, some scientists managed to take the gene from the teeth of a mouse and put it into a chicken. It was also discovered that the chicken had tissue capable of developing teeth, but that with evolution it was lost. This made the scientists' work easier, since the tissue already existed. Only the chicken no longer generated it. It must have been a very drastic change for the chicken that was born with teeth. Glofish. Imagine that you win a fish at the fair in your city, and you take it home to be your best friend. Everything seems normal during the day, but at night, a strange light bothers your eyes and wakes you up. No, it's your fish that is glowing brightly in the dark. Doesn't that sound great? Glofish were the first genetically engineered designer pets in the 1990s on the Asian continent. These pets became very popular in different parts of the world and were born thanks to the experiments and research being done at that time on recombinant DNA. This fish cannot be released into the wild, where their bright, extravagant colors keep them away from possible mates and leave them much more exposed to predators. Their beauty makes them very vulnerable. Viral bananas. Do you think animals are the only ones that have been genetically modified? In 2007, a group of scientists from India published a research on genetic experiments that had been done on various foods. Among them were carrots, lettuce, potatoes, and tobacco, but the most special was the banana. These modifications were aimed at making these foods carry the hepatitis B vaccine. But why was banana the most successful of these? Banana was the easiest food to transport, and the most reliable food compared to the others. A cat's DNA lights up a mouse heart. Would you believe me if I told you that cats are able to light up the hearts of mice? I don't mean that mice are full of love for cats. I mean that there is a possibility that a mouse heart can glow in the dark when its DNA is mixed with that of a cat. So how is that possible? Scientists crossed a part of the DNA of a firefly, which allows it to glow in the dark, with the DNA of a cat, whose function was to give the body the order to express a special gene in the heart. When the little rodents were injected with this mixture, the cat's DNA ordered their bodies to express the gene that produces the glow of the firefly in their hearts. But this was not enough for the hearts to start glowing. The scientists had to remove the mice's heart and add a molecule called luciferin. After this, as if by magic, the heart of these creatures were illuminated. Popeye's pigs. What if I told you that you can eat pork as a vegetarian? Japanese scientists genetically modified pigs with a very special gene from spinach, which converts the pig's saturated fat into unsaturated fat. Although the Popeye pigs did not have any health problems, this news was received with much criticism and even public protests. Customers prefer to eat vegetables instead of eating a genetically modified Popeye pig. Fast-growing salmon. Who doesn't love seafood? It's extremely rich in protein, but a fish gets quite small compared to this particular salmon. AquaBounty, a biotechnology company located in Massachusetts, United States, which genetically modified a salmon, giving it the ability to increase its growth and reach twice its size faster than a traditional salmon. The genes that the salmon received were from chinook, another salmon that grows much faster. The other gene was an eelpout, a fish that grows all year round. Thus, the salmon will not only grow during the summer, but all the time. This salmon is already in the process of becoming the first genetically modified animal approved by the FDA, the agency in charge of administering food and medicine in the United States. Dogs that glow in the dark. Would you adopt a glow-in-the-dark dog? If you are willing, then let me tell you that they exist and are ready for you to give them a new home. Through a genetic experiment developed at Seoul National University in 2009, 5 beagles were created through cloning with a red fluorescent gene produced by a sea anemone. In the dark, and thanks to ultraviolet light, these beagles glow orange-red. The 5 canines grew healthy with the aim of reproducing and generating a fluorescent offspring. All these experiments had the objective of better understanding the genes for later studies that would avoid human diseases as serious as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Squid. Imagine going to the bathroom like any other day. Nothing out of the extraordinary. But when you lift the toilet seat up, you find a squid that greets you with its tentacles. Cephalopods are very intelligent and skillful creatures, almost as much as a human being. Genetic characteristics that make them very difficult to catch and keep in captivity. For this reason, many of these animals escape from their tanks when they are caught and can end up in pipes or even in your bathroom. Squids or octopus can't stand being locked up. If you put them in a square tank, like any other marine creature, the squid will hit the walls or escape in no time. These creatures are too intelligent to engage in human entertainment. They have better things to do. Most of the experiments carried out with squid have to do with their incredible intelligence and how they learn. This makes them more intriguing than a genetic mutation. Now you know why you haven't seen squid or octopus in your favorite aquariums. Mutant frogs. What will happen if you find a frog with transparent skin and extra extremities? This happened in the city of Krasnoyarsk in Russia, where several scientists determined that these frogs had emerged from environmental pollution. There were a total of 60 frogs that presented mutant characteristics such as more limbs, and transparent skin. Pretty scary, don't you think? The skin of these frogs is so transparent that you can see their skeleton, organs, and even their beating heart. Dr. Bershining said he had done a lot of research, but he has never seen anything as amazing as these mutant frogs. Genpets. Can you imagine waking up on Christmas morning, expecting to see the little pet you asked for under the tree, and finding that your pet is not a dog but a genetically modified creature that looks like a cross between a human baby and a rodent? Genpets are the pets of the future, created by mixing the DNA of a mouse with that of a jellyfish and packed in plastic, ready to be delivered to your home and become your best friend. The Genpets even have a website where you can learn everything about their creation, and you can choose your favorite pet to buy. Would you dare to have this modern pet? Well, think twice, because these little friends are not real. The whole concept of Genpets was created by an artist and sculptor named Adam Brandeis. Adam created small animatronics with latex, plastic, and other materials, making them look like mutant creatures and fooling us in the process. These creatures are incredible, unique in their species. Science has advanced a lot in the past decades and has allowed us to make animal crosses that nobody would have imagined years ago. This new and improved species could usher in a new era of modified animals whose characteristics are superior to those they had before. Even so, we know very well that experimenting with animals is not something we should do because these experiments can alter the life of the animals in a negative way forever. Like the little Glofish, which because of their bright colors are vulnerable against predators. So, it may be much better to let nature take its course and not try to modify what is not ours. All animals are perfect, so why change them? Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one! Remember to click the bell icon after you subscribe so you can get instant notifications of all of our new videos.